work uptown tonight, South Bronx, Harlem?
For work anytime, anywhere.
Welcome back to our top 100 movie list of all time. We are talking to you about Taxi Driver from 1976 and a brilliant man named Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, this marks the first appearance of Martin Scorsese in our 100 greatest films of all time list. Now, Taxi Driver is one of those movies that I'd read about, I'd heard about for a long time. Its legend precedes it, really.
Yes.
It's not something they show on TV all the time. It's
No.
not something you can just find on one of the networks because of the fact that it's a controversial movie. It's a violent movie. It's a movie about a guy who is a war veteran who decides that he can't sleep at night and he's going to drive a taxi around New York City in the 1970s. Now, there's all kinds of stars in this movie.
Yeah, huge. Robert De Niro, of course.
Are you gonna break my chops? You don't trouble with guys like you come in and break my chops all the time. If you're gonna break my chops, you can take it on the arches right now, you understand?
Sorry, sir, I didn't mean that.
Carving out this unbelievable path through cinema history with Martin Scorsese.
That scene that he has, the You Talking to Me scene, is a scene that has entered the pantheon of pop culture.
Absolutely.
I mean, this is something that people joke about, but in the moment, it's one of the scariest things you've ever seen.
He is absolutely terrifying in this, and just seeing the world kind of beat him up and forget about him, even though he's surrounded by humanity, he is also on the lookout and on the defense of the innocents, and he's this psychologically damaged anti-hero.
He's looking for a reason to live.
Yeah, he is. He's trying to be the right person, and he just gets beat up by the demons in his mind and the tough streets of New York City.
I never thought about that before, but he is kind of like a superhero in a sense.
Yeah.
You know, he turns himself into a vigilante.
Yes.
Eventually, he arms himself. One of the most fascinating sequences in the film is when he builds that machine for his arm.
For his Derringer to pop out.
It comes popping out of his sleeve. It's incredible.
We get to see a young Jodie Foster tearing up the screen. She's doing a fantastic job as a young hooker who Robert De Niro kind of takes under his wing, and she's kind of led around by Harvey Keitel, who is one of the biggest scumbags in the world in this movie. He gets his just desserts.
I'm hip. But you don't look hip.
Travis Bickle falls in love with a young Sybil Shepherd.
Was anybody more beautiful than a young
Incandescent.
Sybil
Yeah.
Shepherd? I mean, one of the saddest scenes is when he takes her to a movie, only it's a porno movie.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that, guys.
And-
Dating tip number one.
And that's when you really start to see that this guy is not there. He's got stress disorder.
You know,
he's got PTSD.
He does.
And I'm gonna kill her. Listen, there's nothing else. I'm gonna kill her. What do you think of that?
There's so many little moments that Scorsese decides to celebrate in the film that really bring this world to life in a very frightening and intriguing way.
And I think this idea of capturing PTSD on screen is something, you know, that more filmmakers need to explore. Obviously, Catherine Bigelow did that a little bit with The Hurt Locker, but we need to see more of this kind of thing because it is affecting so many people
You
out
know
there.
who else we're forgetting is Albert Brooks.
Yeah,
also
he's
has a
great.
terrific
Yeah.
role. You know, everybody is so authentic.
Look over there.
I love you.
Notice anything?
No.
Well, put your glasses on.
Okay, just a minute. All right.
That taxi driver's been staring at us.
So congratulations, Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro, and everybody involved with Taxi Driver, number 54 on our top 100 list of all time.